Hi guys, how we doing? Welcome back to the Free Hammers podcast. Here, as always, with Luke and joined once again by Lee. So it's all three of us here, which is nice. How we doing, lads?
All good, thank you.
Yeah, good. And what a World Cup, mate. You know, we've haven't done a show for a couple of weeks. You know, we're trying during the off season, you know, to try and wait until there's some West Ham news, basically. And we will go on to some of the news a little bit later, but we'll start with the World Cup. What a World Cup. What a World Cup, guys, we're being treated to, you know. Let's start with what's happened since we've been gone, really. The Germans have gone. Massive shock, you know. The first time they've not reached this stage since 1938. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy.
Huge shock. I mean, they were mine, probably a lot of people's bet to win it.
Well, banker for semi-finals, always, aren't they? Always banker for semi-finals.
Huge surprise.
Keeps this weird voodoo going of the last couple of years, last couple of World Cups, where it's the team that wins it goes out in the group stage.
Third in a row, isn't it, I think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very strange.
Very strange. They didn't look right, though, all the Germans. They looked disjointed.
So slow, really slow. And I bet Leroy Sané's sitting at home laughing. Do you know what I mean?
Just from that was weird. Leaving him out, having such a good season, and then to not pick him seemed a bit strange.
Like, I know they don't play wingers, but, you know, that bit of pace, like, he's been one of the best players in the league, no?
Young player of the year, wasn't
he? Yeah. Obviously, some more casualties, guys. Messi's gone. Ronnie's gone. It's just piling up. And those last round of the last 16 games that have just finished, obviously, last night with England, amazing games. What is that? Like, I think Lee said before we went live, there's been one game in that last 16, the Sweden game, which wasn't great, but like started off with the France game, unbelievable, 4-3 against Argentina. Did you both catch that one?
Yeah, brilliant, end-to-end, cracking game.
Yeah, it looked like Argentina were going to do it, but then France just pretty much stepped up a gear.
They got that extra gear.
They stepped up a gear and just.
Pogba started playing.
Quite weird for the Fed not to have a crisis.
Yeah,
as is usually the case in these tournaments.
Yeah, Mbappe was unbelievable as well, absolutely unbelievable. What did you make of Uruguay, guys? They're my dark horse, I have to say. The Cavani finish.
The lovely goal. And the cross as well.
See, I can't remember. Who did they play? It's gone now. It's gone out. Yeah, who did they play? Uruguay. Portugal.
Yeah.
Portugal, yeah. Yeah, because it went 1-1, didn't it? Went 1-1.
That's right.
Yeah. But, yeah.
They're solid team. Yeah, I got them in the sweep at work, so fingers crossed if anyone's going to win it.
It's like that thing the pundits were saying, they've got that Atletico Madrid solid backline. You know, Atletico Madrid pride themselves on winning 1-0 defensive unit, and then you've got them two monsters up front.
I mean, that's it. Like you say, mate, like Suarez and Cavani, class. Godin, absolute class.
The guy next to, what's he got? Fernandez, is it? I think.
Yeah,
something like that. I can't remember.
The guy with the cornrows, I was really impressed with as well. I think was he playing left back or right back? He was phenomenal.
Him and the holding midfielder Arsenal are about to sign as well. I can't remember his name, but he looks decent.
Yeah,
as well. Yeah. It's a large chance for a lot of their players.
Yeah, obviously Brazil went through as well. They left it late. They don't really look convincing, but is it the sort of thing now they'll start switching it on and just start getting results?
What do you think? What's your opinion of Neymar?
To me,
so greedy.
He looks like, and I think a lot of the pundits have said this. He's walking around like he's bigger than the tournament.
Yeah,
that he's like, yeah, whatever. But at the end of the day, he's obviously not bigger than the World Cup, but he has got the talent to back it up. All it takes is him to just turn it on for one moment.
I've been more impressed with Coutinho, to be honest, when watching the Brazil team.
Willian as well.
Yeah, Willian's an absolute beast, though, and he's such a beast of a player.
Barca had bid 40 million for him yesterday. I think I've read that. Wouldn't make sense. But Neymar, he's just so frustrating. He's got it in him. But I think half the problem is playing in France because the league's not strong enough.
Yeah,
and it's like, well, we've seen some of the early goals when he was in France. You know, just literally walk around the whole team twice, then put it in. That's the sort of goals he was scoring. Moving on, obviously, another massive casualty. Paul was wearing the shirt last year, I believe, the Spain shirt. That totally ruined my bet of Spain and Kane. They're poor, so poor. That ticky-tacky stuff, I think it's done now. I think it's had its day. I really do. I think teams know how to play against it now. 2 banks of 4.
The thing I didn't understand is they've got not one of the best strikers in the world, but Costa, he can play him a certain way. They don't use him. They don't use him at all.
No, he's up there. But yeah, it's so. I'm going to use the word lackadaisical. You know, it's sideways. There was no cutting edge. Like Man City have took ticky tacky and developed it, haven't they?
Ticky tacky.
Yeah. Ticky tacky, tacky ticker, whatever you want to call it.
Ticker tacker.
What was it that Fat Sam said? All this ticky tacker bollocks, wasn't it? That's what he said a few years ago. But yeah, Man City have took that and developed it. You know, they've got those. You've got to have electric wingers in modern day football now. I think all the best teams have these electric wingers: Sterling, Sane, Mane, Salah, to name a few. Like it's electric pace, and Spain didn't have that. Spain haven't got pace, really.
It's crazy when you look at the players. Like I mean, like you say, obviously Iniesta, Isco, Busquets, Costa, like they're Asensio on the bench. Like they have got David Silva. The talent in that
don't even get picked.
Yeah, the talent in that team is crazy. But no, like you say, mate, you're right. They just needed to be more direct, and they just didn't really know how to do it.
No. Great result for Russia as well. Great result for Russia.
I like it when the host country stays in because it adds something to the tournament. I mean, it makes the atmosphere better. I prefer the host country to survive to the later rounds.
Yeah,
dodgy Russians, mate. They're going to win it.
Croatia.
Yeah, I was just about to go on to Croatia, mate. They look good. They won't play that bad again. They won't play as bad as they did in that game. I can't even remember who they played now. It's gone out of my head. Denmark, yeah, because it was a bit of a tense one, wasn't it? It was a tense little game, that one.
Oh, Kasper Schmeichel.
Oh yes, it was the Pens game, wasn't it? Yeah, it was the Pens. Yeah, it was harsh, that, weren't it, on Denmark? I did want Croatia to win, though. I've got a soft spot. I'll put it on Twitter when Croatia won that I've got a soft spot for them. A lot of West Ham link with Croatia. Suker, Stimac. What was that one I posted
Slav,
out?
Obviously.
Mateo Pranovic, wasn't it? Or something like that.
Village.
So yeah, Igor Stimac, one of my favourite defenders to ever play for West Ham as well. And then we move on, mate. Two more ties to cover before we move on to the other bits. Obviously, Belgium. What a game that was as well.
I'm gutted I didn't put a bet on what I put in our group chat.
Yeah, called it, mate. You called it.
2-0 down. Lee puts a text in our WhatsApp group saying it's going to be 3-2. Put a bet on, lads. 3-2. And Lee did not put a bet on that. I bet he would have got at least sort of like 25s plus to 1 on that when it was 2.
It just had that feeling like the first goal was lucky, the second goal was poor Weldy, but they were just lucky. They weren't lucky goals. They were sort of abnormal goals, and you sort of knew that they'd come good. Yeah,
Fellaini, like, love him or hate him. Technically, never going to be the best player in the world, but Jesus Christ, is he an absolute nuisance when he comes on? Like,
he's effective. That's the word for him. Effective.
Mate, I've been saying for the last couple of years, I would love West Ham to sign Fellaini. Obviously, he's just signed a new contract, hasn't he? But he's one of them players. He just bullies the midfield. He's just a beast in midfield. I'd love him at West Ham.
If you had him and Andy Carroll on the bench, or like to come on in the penalty box last few minutes, it'd be absolute havoc. Yeah. Like,
we'd probably still pass it down the middle and play it into their feet.
Yeah. Go on, Fellaini. Take on a couple of players. Play on left wing for us. And last game, obviously, last night, England, you've got to give it to them. You know, they got over the line. They've won their first penalty shootout in World Cup football.
World Cup. Yeah.
I was like, I had it on, and I just sort of said, "That's it. It's just England to go out on penalties. It's written." I say as well. Obviously,
still mistaken them, mate. Still mistaken England team. There is.
Obviously, wearing the shirts after upsetting people. So I was Spain last time, or Argentina before. I was thinking, I've got Brazil there. I could have chucked that on, but I was like, no, we'll get some fans on our side. This is the last England shirt I bought, and it's from 2006.
I think we both said it before, and listen, people might jump on us a bit here because they'll go, West Ham, small club mentality, and thinking about Spurs. I don't care what you think, but guys, at the end of the day, I like England at the minute. I have to say, I'm getting that love's definitely coming back, that affinity's coming back a bit, but I can't fully be behind these guys because I nearly swore there. Hate Harry Kane.
Yeah, I know. We said it before. We said it before going live, and we were talking about it, and we've said before on the show we're not massive England fans, but it has started to, like you say, mate, it started to come back. But if it was anyone apart from Harry Kane, because I can't get behind him. I can't. Yeah, he's probably the best striker in the world at the minute, but I don't care. He plays for Tottenham. I can't get behind him. And like, I just think about the goals that he scored against West Ham as well. And I just can't support Harry Kane. I just can't. I know a lot, like you say, mate, a lot of people are going to be like, oh, but it's England and you've got to support, There's
no right or wrong either. Listen, people are going to jump on me here, but there is no right or wrong in terms of, listen, if I'm supporting England a bit more now. Like I say, I'm getting that love back. It took about 20 years because 98 was probably the last time I really enjoyed watching England. But if I don't want to support England, that's not wrong or right. No one can say, oh, you don't support England, then you're wrong. Do you know what I mean? I don't have to. I support West Ham. I don't have to support West Ham. But, do you know what I mean? Like, oh, don't support the England rugby team. Don't support English boxer against an American fighter. I don't mean nothing. Do you know what I mean? Like, people are going to jump on me. People are going to jump on me.
What do you think, Lee? You've been quiet for a while.
A couple of things. I'm sort of saving it up. First, I think living abroad, it makes you support them a little bit more. I think because I've been watching every match in a bar where there aren't many England. Well, there's no England fans there, apart from the two people that I'm with. So you kind of get into it a bit more, and beer helps. Secondly, I kind of think that the country should get carried away. People have criticised people for carrying away, but actually, do you know what? Our country is struggling at the minute. We're going through the biggest political change in however many years, where there's people getting murdered on the streets. There's terrorists trying to blow us up in every corner. Yeah, what the heck? Just get carried away. We could win it. England could win it. Get carried away with it. I don't care anymore.
See,
do you know what? When the Olympics were in 2012, we all saw the area that we grew up in. We changed completely, and the whole country got behind Great Britain as it was then. And you know what? The country felt like a really, really nice place at that time. And if this is what it takes to bring it back, even just for a few weeks, and I'm all for it.
I agree with that to an extent. The difference between the Olympics and the England football team, I agree, mate. Yeah, get behind them, get excited, get carried away, say we can win. But the difference is, if the British Olympic teams didn't do well, they weren't getting caned in the press. They weren't getting slated. They weren't getting broken down again. That's my biggest issue with it, is we build them up. We build up the England football team, and we do start getting carried away. And, maybe we can go away. And then when it goes wrong, which it invariably does, it's, they're useless, don't deserve to wear the shirt, spit on them in the street sort of thing. Do you know what I mean? That's what annoys me with it.
It's kind of the same, and we were a little bit guilty in this podcast. When we started doing this was the first year under Bilic, and we were all talking about Champions League football in that first year, and we got carried away. We did. The three of us got carried away.
I'll admit that.
And then we were quick to slate as well when we lost that game to Swansea 4-1 at home, wherever it was. It really naffed up our plans. So I get your point, but I think there's been less of that this year. I really do, and I think a lot of that is Southgate.
Well, we won't know until after either England win it or if they go out. We won't know. That's when we'll find out.
Obviously, I don't see the English papers, but what was there much reaction to? I mean, the Belgian result was kind of irrelevant. In fact, it was a better result losing.
Yeah, it was all fairly good press, mate. It's been the whole way through, and I've got to give it. I quite like Southgate. I've got to say.
Yeah, I didn't think he was a.
No, I thought he was another yes man, and he probably is a bit of a yes man. But someone made a really good point. I think it was Trevor Booking actually this morning, saying about how he's sort of seen those kids, the players now, from when they was about 19, when he was working under 21. So, he's seen that development. He's worked with them for such a long time. There's a respect thing now, and you have got to give it to him. the end of the day, he did pick Cresswell and he did pick Antonio. You know, so if you are playing well, and and if these guys do come back and play well, they will get a chance. They will.
Yeah, and we said it last time, but people like Harry Maguire and Trippier, and having the balls, that Kyle Walker is probably the best fullback in the Premier League last year, and had the balls to switch him to centre half. I think that takes guts. Against Will, Walker's come out in the press and said, "I don't want to play at centre half, but I'll do it." So to have that, not many managers in the past would have done something like that. I think he deserves a lot of credit, and you know what? I hope England win it.
Like I say, it's coming back. The good feeling around England, but that Harry Kane thing's still like, I don't know.
Yeah, I'd like to see someone like Harry Maguire score the winner in the final. That would be good.
That's like obviously iconic. Bobby Moore holding the trophy. Can you imagine that being replaced for the next 50 years with Harry Kane? I
get that, but will you ever replace the first? That was special. That was in London. That was a special tournament.
True.
Like, they're not going to knock down the Bobby Moore statue and replace it with Kane. Whoa.
I don't know. It's I hate sounding like bitterness, because I did see a few tweets out there from West Ham fans. So nothing against you guys. Obviously, we're all West Ham fans here. Oh, if we win it, Harry Kane comes to the London Stadium next year. No.
No, not for me.
No.
The case in point for me is, look at the Spanish squad. They hate each other. But when the Barcelona and Real Madrid players, then you've got Piqué and Ramos playing centre-half together.
Yeah.
I think you should, all well and good during the England, but as soon as you go back to your clubs, no.
Is he going to... Are Tottenham going to keep him? I doubt it.
I think he'll stay 1 more year.
I know contracts don't mean much in this day.
1 more year.
But yeah.
But I mean, it is that thing... sorry to interrupt me. It's that thing of... He clearly going to finish top goal scorer now, unless Lukaku has a bit of, gets an hat-trick somewhere. If England do win it, and he gets top goal scorer, you're telling me Real Madrid are not going to go, right, Bosh, want the best player in the world, 200 million.
So that's my next question is, what's he worth in today's money?
200 plus, surely.
The record at the minute is what Neymar went for 210 or something, wasn't it? Two something like that.
You've got to be looking at that 200 plus.
I mean, well, there's rumours that Neymar will be going again to Real Madrid for even more than that. But yeah, I think definitely you would have to say it would start with a 2. It would have to.
Yeah.
Which just shows the craziness of prices in football at the minute.
Yeah.
This is a player who's 4 years ago, is it? Was Tottenham's Europa League striker.
Yeah,
it's incredible. And
sitting on Leicester's.
like I say, I can't stand him, but you do have to give him credit. And
no. Yeah.
When he broke through, I was there. I was there. One season wonder.
We all said
you have to give it to him. He's been consistent. His goal scoring record is absolutely phenomenal. It is.
No.
He's, as I say, probably the best striker in the world at the moment. Yeah, you could say even in this World Cup, he's leading goal scorer, but 3 penalties, a tap in, a deflection. But you can't argue with the numbers. Do you know what I mean?
No.
So
if they're going off your arse, it's a goal.
No, well, you look at it as well. Messi missed a penalty. Ronaldo's missed a penalty.
I knew Messi was going to miss that penalty. Messi has not got a good record at penalties. I don't know why he took it. Aguero should have took it.
Yeah.
Anyway, there you go.
Yeah.
So what do you think then? On the last sort of thing now, obviously we're in the quarterfinals, and sort of at every stage we've made a prediction. Obviously I was very Spainy.
For me, it's whoever comes out of the left-hand side of the draw will win it.
Yeah. It could be any of them as well. Belgium, Uruguay, Brazil.
It'd be crazy if England were to go out the next round and Brazil. Obviously, the only one you've got left that's ever won it, and I say that because you still got France, haven't you? France and Uruguay will be the only teams left that have actually won it. I wouldn't mind a new winner. Say for example, if England wasn't to win it, I wouldn't mind a new winner. Belgium, Croatia, someone like that. And it's always good to see a new team win it. It's always nice.
What about you? Can't count them out. Russia have got a chance.
Yeah, you can't, mate. Yeah,
they're dogged. Very dogged.
Let's have a penalty in the last minute. I do like VAR. I know we discussed it last show, but I've got to say I really do like it.
That would have been an interesting bet before the tournament started. like, I wonder what odds you would have got for there to be a penalty every day of games during the World Cup.
Yeah.
At least one penalty. Because I don't think there's been a day without one.
No, not to my knowledge. There's like a penalty nearly every day, like you say.
Yeah.
So that is it for the World Cup. Amazing tournament. It's going to be a big shame when it's over. You know, there's only a week left.
Well, this having one day today without anything to watch.
Yeah, obviously it does start off again on Friday with England, France, Uruguay, which is all the games, fantastic games. You know, Brazil, Belgium, England, Sweden, and Russia, Croatia. They're all fantastic games potentially. But so that's it for the World Cup. Let's get on to what everyone who subscribes to this channel really wants. West Ham, and there's not much, mate. It's just this Felipe Anderson thing. You know, I got a bit of stick on Twitter the other day because he put a video up on Instagram about where he was in Sao Paulo airport, and I see on Instagram that someone had worked out that there was a flight leaving from Sao Paulo to London, and I just tweeted it out, and people were like, "Oh, you're so sad. You need to get a girlfriend." I've got a wife and a kid, mate. So there you go. You can spin on that, can't you? But yeah, you know, we're just getting excited. But we want that big signing to go through, and like, if it helps people build a bit of excitement, there's nothing wrong from it, in my opinion. No,
it has been dragging on though, and it is one of these now where the longer it goes on, you just think it's not going to happen. I see in the news today, is it Chelsea apparently are rumoured to be interested or coming in for him, but it's just one of them. It's what I don't understand. What the hardest thing is he's clearly Pellegrini's number one target. He's clearly the player that he's gone, go and get him. It sounds like it sounds like the Lazio chairman keeps mucking about and it's agreed, and then he raises the price. But if it's true, and there's only, I was reading again today, I think it was this morning, I was reading that we've basically said that we're 5 million away, and we've said no, that's our final offer, take it or leave it. If it is a case of just 5 million, would it not be worth just saying, all right, take it on the chin, just pay it and get it over the line? Do you know what I mean?
What happens if they then go, sorry, change your mind, another 5?
Well, then you do have to walk away. You do have to walk away.
Why not walk away now? They've been mucking this around for weeks, apparently.
What I don't want is, I don't want us to put, which it looks like it's going that way, all eggs in one basket.
It's the time, isn't it?
Yeah,
you know,
it's literally
already back in pre-season.
Yeah, I was just about to go on to that. Yeah, there's 6 weeks left. The players are now back in pre-season training. Yeah, you just don't. It looks like Jack Wilshere's going to Fenerbahce as well. You know, you're going to start running out of time. This goes on for another 2 weeks. You're going to potentially start missing out on other targets. The World Cup will be over.
Well, we've still been linked with a couple of defenders. That Santos, I think, is still floating around. There's an Italian guy, defender, who was banned for 6 months for something to do with match fixing last year. Apparently, we spoke to.
Never. Italian footballer, never.
No, like you say, Straro, apparently we're still in for. Apparently we've had a 20 million bid for Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah,
that's really interesting, that, because I was reading about this, and that obviously they've all terminated their contracts. But the reason we have to bid 20 million is because Sporting Lisbon are then going to take all these players to the tribunal.
Yeah.
And we could end up having to pay more. So in theory, we could say free transfer, but then end up having to pay 40 million. It's interesting.
Exactly. Apparently, Rui Patricio obviously did the same thing, went to Wolves, but apparently they're having to pay 18 million to actually, like you say, because of the threat of lawsuits. Bruno Fernandes, his release clause is around 100 million. So can you imagine if we just tried to take him on a free and then they went, you've got to pay us 100
why
million.
do they all want to leave? I don't understand why.
Something happened. I can't remember. Paul, go on, sorry.
It was the chairman. Or basically, what happened was there was an attack at the training ground. So loads of masked fans, it turned out, basically broke into the training complex, attacked the players and the staff, and it was all organised, or rumoured to be organised by the chairman, who's now resigned. But a lot of the players basically said, obviously, as you would, rip their contract up. I'm not coming back to work. But then, as Lee says, they're now threatening legal action against them because you can't just rip your contract up and go on a free transfer. So that's interesting. But anyway, that would be interesting. If we got him, I think that would be an unbelievable signing. He was linked with Liverpool last year, I think, for like 80 million. So if we could get him for around 20, that would be some signing.
Yeah. No. I think it's just a bit of frustration at the minute. I think it's that momentum thing that I go on about every week. It's just we need another one just to spark it off again. Now,
I mean, a lot of the clubs are quiet in a minute, though. World Cup
to be fairly, most clubs are quiet. Not a lot of clubs are doing business at the moment. Players were back. Antonio was back there running a little bit. Obviously, they was all doing their fitness tests. Masuaku.
Robert Snodgrass, I noticed.
Robert Snodgrass, I did see in a picture as well, mate. Yeah. Apparently, Jordan Hugill. It looks like
there for him. Yeah.
Could be going to QPR. I think it was that I read on loan. We're going to take a little bit of a knock on him.
I mean, to be fair, that's the thing as well. You know, we can't forget that we have still signed 3 players.
Yeah.
Three good signings as well, and we haven't lost anybody really. Arnautovic is still here. That's all gone very quiet, so he could well stay. I mean, we haven't got much time left, but you know, we are getting things done. We have still, as I say, signed 3 players. Nobody's really left yet. We've lost Lanzini to injury, so obviously he needs to be replaced. It may be a case as
well, like just to calm our nerves a little bit, that you know he's going to go and have a look at them now in Switzerland or wherever we are, and have a proper look, and then the World Cup will be over in a week's time, and then he might go, right, we definitely need this, we definitely need this, and we definitely need this, and then that last month will just be solid working on them transfers. What do you think,
exciting times ahead.
Yeah, until we get spanked 5-0 at Anfield, like you said last week.
Yeah.
So there's not much news at all, really, which is a big shame. It's a big shame.
The backroom staff has been announced.
Yeah, they've all gone, haven't they? All of Moyes' lot, even the goalkeeping coach is gone. So.
Yeah, I can't say I've heard of any of the backroom staff, but just reading up about them, a few of them especially, seem to be very highly regarded, particularly, in fact, the goalkeeping coach. Worked with Real Madrid and Liverpool under Rafa Benitez, apparently very, very highly rated. But yeah, it's good to see that that's been announced. We've got Mario Husilas now, director of football, apparently taking over transfers. Maybe that's another reason why it's gone quiet. No more leaks,
did notice today that the statue has been totally confirmed that it is not going to be moving to Stratford as well.
I don't think it should be moved. Build another one.
Yeah, I'm kind of alright with that. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I am actually. I think why not go and get a few other statues commissioned? You know, go and get a Bobby one, go and get a Trev, a Billy Bonds, perhaps.
That's the only thing left in the area now. You know, if they get rid of that, there's nothing there anymore. Yeah. That's the history gone. I think that should always stay there as a reminder that that's where we were and that was our home for such a long time.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, and it's part of that legacy thing. To show your grandkids one day, this is where we used to play, this is where we play now. Yeah. Was there any other thing, West Ham guys, that you've heard or want to mention before we go into this little news section that we've come up with? Obviously to fill until the season starts, really, basically.
No, I haven't heard anything else, really.
No, it's all quiet.
No, yeah. Right, so this new feature we've put out, guys, I asked you to give us, so you can give us some ideas, basically. Me and Paul, and I think Lee as well, come up with it. Obviously, during the World Cup, we was inspired. It was like, we're going to name our top 5 in every position from our lifetime and current. So we're going to start with where everyone starts, in goal. Should we start with all-time first? And this is all-time our life. We are 33 years old, 1985 born. For anyone saying, where's Gordon Banks? Where's this one? Where's this one? Where's this one? Okay, so...
I'd just like to add that for a week and a half, I'm still 32.
Oh, yes. It's your birthday, I forgot about that.
I think, to be honest, this list is... I think we're all going to be able to pretty much agree on at least 3 names in this list. So
Should we all name one each first? Should we all name one, but it can't be the same? And see
sure.
Phil's list, right? So my one, he's not in no particular order on this list. Like for me, Oliver Kahn, amazing. You know, for Bayern Munich and Germany, absolute beast of a man. Proper maverick of a guy as well. You know, he was your typical nutcase goalkeeper, and just fantastic. No.
Yeah, 100%. He makes my list as well.
Yeah,
no doubt.
And
about
it leads on nicely to mine, if I may. Schmeichel.
Yeah, there's no doubt. You know, I'll let you. It's your pick, so you give us a little sum up of him.
Yeah, no, similar sort of mouthy, like to get hurt. Them one-on-ones, those where he used to spread himself, just outstanding. He was imposing. That's a good word for him.
I think I actually heard Gary Neville say it on during the Denmark game. Actually, he was saying about how, you know, our goalkeeper's distribution now with the feet and stuff. Like Peter was the best distributor with the long throw.
Yeah,
probably ever. You know, like the man's long throw was incredible. Literally, boom, Beckham, boom, Giggs. But yeah, what a shot stopper as well. Incredible shot stopper. Paul, for the next one.
For me, still he goes into both lists for me, and that's Gigi Buffon.
Yeah.
Arguably for me, the greatest goalkeeper ever. I mean, he's just absolutely
signing for PSG as well. Signing for PSG.
So still going, and he could play for another 10 years. Do you know what I mean? He's just been an absolute rock, just absolute solid leader, fantastic shot stopper. I just think he's all round just an unbelievable goalkeeper, and has been for the last 10, 15 years.
Absolute legend. He's got the World Cup medal as well. Probably then previous to, I think actually Oliver Kahn has one, doesn't he? Does he have one, Lee?
Kahn won it with Germany, didn't he?
No, I don't think.
Italian 90, who won that?
Was that Oliver Kahn in goal then?
Don't know. He might
have won Euro 96. He might have won the Euro 96. But Gigi, mate, unbelievable. Obviously he has an affinity for West Ham as well. Has a little bit of love for West Ham as well. Okay, so let's mention a couple that might not be in others' list, but definitely make mine. Obviously, those three that have been mentioned, were they all on your list as well, Lee? The three that have been mentioned?
Those three, yeah. Starts to get more difficult after that.
Yeah.
I really do like Van der Sar. I think fantastic goalkeeper. Again, won everything. Really was instrumental when Man United won the Champions League last time, you know, the penalty saves and stuff. Really... Because Man United went through a really bad stage of goalkeepers when Schmeichel left as well. Bosnich, Taibbi. And I think Van der Sar came in and he picked up that mantle, and then obviously David De Gea has picked it up even further. But Van der Sar for me definitely makes my list. Next one for you, Lee.
Well, probably Cassius.
Yeah,
Cassius is on my list as well, yeah.
You know, I was just thinking, and this might be a bit controversial, but Manuel Neuer has completely changed the role of the goalkeeper. And if you look at innovators in a certain position, then I think he's in with a shout, because he has completely changed what we think of goalkeepers.
He's won absolutely, like I know you're saying
World
about
Cup, you know, as well.
He's won everything. He's won every club competition, like European club competition, and every international competition you can win. Like his trophy cabinet's impressive. Okay, he makes my list as well.
What about a last one?
For me, for the last one,
harder.
Was Angelo Peruzzi.
Yeah, what a player.
Kind of Italian bias, but again, just like Italians, especially sort of 90s, 2000s, known for their defence. Absolutely known for their defence. It's still now as well. And he was just kind of like that era for me. That era's world-class dominant goalkeeper for me.
I'm just going to add a couple more names in. Like for me, I'm going to put him in there because he was amazing. You know, that 96 sort of era, David Seaman. I know he doesn't make all of your list, but you got to give it. The man was incredible. Like them early 90s era. Like he was phenomenal goalkeeper. No, Lee?
Yeah, no, I like Spunky. Yeah, I think he's a similar bracket to Bartes, who I mentioned offline. I think
I think Bartes was too many wobblers in there though, and
but then Dave Seaman was as well though. Like I will always
towards the end.
Yeah, but then same as Bartes, really his wobblers was only towards the end. Yeah. But what was it? Was that against Brazil? Was it Seaman that when he got lobbed?
Yeah,
that's kind of how I will always remember him, which is a shame.
Yeah.
Any more? Just before we move on to current, I'm going to put him in there just purely because of Pro Evolution days. Chilave, the Chile goalkeeper, one of the only goalkeepers to ever score a hat-trick, and was an amazing free kick taker as well.
It's quite funny if you look at the goalkeepers that have won the most, and I'm not for 1 minute saying it's actually one of the most successful I'm not saying he's on the list at all, but Victor Valdez is one of the most successful goalkeepers ever.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
Yeah. I think you got to put Peter Cech on there as well. No, maybe not in the current list now.
Premier League record holder.
He would, to be fair, Cech would be. I only really come up with 4 names for current, and Cech would have been borderline 5th.
Not
I wouldn't say no. I wouldn't say no. I'd definitely say the legacy stuff, like fantastic before that. Like even like Carlo Cudicini was fantastic as well.
Mm-hmm.
For them.
Cech holds the records for the most clean. I'm sure it's the most clean sheet, successive clean sheet or something. He owns he got a couple of records. Yeah.
Any others? Any others like from that sort of Premier League era? That really, I know you're a big fan of Shea Givenley. You are that in terms of Premier League. Like if you're thinking Premier League's best goalkeepers. Current then, I'm going to start with the Man United man, David De Gea.
Yeah, I was going to go there.
Unbelievable. From what he came over, this skinny guy who looked like he'd have no dominance ever, to possibly the man who's kept Man United where they are since Ferguson's left. No?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, for me, De Gea carries Man United. He really does. I think without De Gea, Man United are a mid-table club.
Mm.
I really think he's that important to him. Like, he's massive for him. He's obviously fantastic. As you were saying earlier as well, the whole sort of reaction, savour your legs coming out. Definitely, again, obviously makes all of our lists as well.
Lee?
Yeah, no, I agree. Agree with all that.
No, your choice.
Next for current.
Yeah.
Oh, should I go controversial? Or should I slay it straight? Should I go with Neuer or Ter Stegen?
Ooh. Yeah, Ter Stegen's a good shot.
Yeah, I'm going to throw him in.
Yeah, nice.
I think he'll be the next German number 1 if Neuer decides to call it.
I like that. Talking about German, I quite like that Leno as well. I think that Leno's a very, very good goalkeeper as well.
Is it him who signed for Arsenal? There's a German keeper that signed for Arsenal, isn't there? Is it Leno?
It might be. There's about 4 really good German goalkeepers at the moment.
Fireman is another one. Was it Fireman who signed for?
No, the short name.
It might have been Leno.
It might have been
Leno. Hang on.
Yeah,
Leno. Yeah, Leno.
Oh, it was Leno, yeah. Yeah, no, good goalie. Very good goalie.
No, I'm going to throw in Ter Stegen. Again, he's young. He's won pretty much everything there is to win in the game. He's sort of mini, not in terms of stature, but sort of mini Bartes or Bartes light. Not Bartes. Neuer, sorry, on the brain. I'm going to throw him in.
I think we all agree Gigi Buffon. We don't need to bring him up. So
yeah, Gigi obviously.
Yeah.
For me, Lee kind of mentioned Neuer, but I'll go with Oblak for Atletico Madrid.
Yeah.
Fantastic. He's got something like 60 clean sheets in just over 100 games. Phenomenal. Like absolutely phenomenal. Obviously a lot down to the defence as well, but he's what? I think he's like 23, 24.
There are some fantastic young goalkeepers out there. You've got to look at the Brazilian guy as well, heavily linked with Liverpool, Alisson.
Both of them. And the City one as well.
Edison, fantastic goalie.
I tell you, Italian Donnarumma plays for AC Milan. I think he's 19?
19, yeah.
Unbelievable.
Even at the other end, you think of like Courtois, Lloris.
Yeah, Lloris, fantastic goalie. Courtois, fantastic, yeah. Yeah, no, there are some very good goalies out there. Let us know your top 5 in your lifetime, and let us know your top 5 current. So it might be the young ones that you might have a mix-up. But, it's a really good conversation starter.
And how about, just quickly to sum it up, Premier League, your favourite ever in the Premier League?
Schmeichel, no?
Favourite or best?
Well, for me, it's Shea Given. Favourite, Shea Given. That's for me.
Favourite, Xhaka.
What was his name? What was his name? French goalkeeper.
What, for us?
Yeah.
Lamar.
Bernard Lamar, World Cup winner.
What about your favourite West Ham goalie then? Favourite West Ham? Rob Green for me.
It's
amazing.
Big fan of Rob, yeah.
Amazing.
But no, I mean, Ludo?
Yeah, Ludo, yeah.
Kind of, I was young. We were all young when Ludo was our keeper.
Hmm.
For me, the one who I relate to the most is Green.
Yeah, I think for memories of where I actually understood football properly is Rob Green during that season we stayed up. Unbelievable, you know, like...
Do you know what I must say?
That geezer was putting off.
Shaka Hislop, though, he's right
Oh,
up.
Shaka's a ledge.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Shaka's an absolute ledge. Yeah.
Did you see in Rooney's arrival video in Washington, one of the first people he met was Shaka.
Oh, well. Let us know yours, guys. Next week's position, if we do a show next week, we're going to go for, what should we say, centre-backs or right-back?
Left back.
We'll go centre-backs. We'll go centre-backs. Right, we'll probably have to pick like five centre-backs. We're going to pick the top 5 centre-backs. All-time top 5 centre-backs coming. Okay.
Boy, there's a lot to choose from in that all-time list.
Yeah, there's a hell of a lot of good centre-backs. So give us some ideas, guys, on some of the centre-backs so it can sort of hopefully spark our brain off. I hope you enjoyed that little section there, guys. Let's move on. There's only a few questions this week. Obviously, again, I think it's all about the news. That's because there's not a lot of news. Obviously, that's what's holding it back a bit. Let's have a look. So, first question is from one of my mates in work, Paul Belcher. Are there any West Ham players that you think could realistically make the World Cup squad in 2022? Good question.
Alfie Mawson.
I don't think he's going to sign for us, mate. I don't
think he will either.
I don't think he's coming.
I'd
say
it's 4 years.
I'm not going to say it's a big shame because it's his choice at the end of the day. It's his country. I'm really gutted that Declan Rice has not chose his affiliation as England because I think he would have
Could still change.
I don't think
I don't think he will, but because he hasn't played a competitive match, he could still change. I don't think there's anyone. We've got no.
Is that Nathan Holland's supposed to be a bit tasty as well, isn't he?
4 years, though, to make a World Cup squad.
4 years is a long time. Long time. He's 21. He'll be 25.
Yeah, true.
Can't see Cresswell doing it. Can't see Antonio doing it.
What about Fredrickson?
Yeah, that's a good shout, mate. He's highly rated. But then you got to look at who's in front of him. Trippier, fantastic player. You got the Liverpool guy. Is he a right back?
Yeah, right back.
Both their right back and left back are fantastic.
Yeah. I really like the left back. He's Scottish, isn't he? Their left back. He's a fantastic player for them. I'll be honest. I can't see anyone
unless it's the best bet. Yeah.
Unless there's some absolute talent sitting on the bench, but not for me. Mark Noble going to get a cap at 37.
You'll still play for West Ham at 45.
To be fair though, it's a joke that Nobes has never been capped. It is. I know your opinions on him.
Oh no, mate, I'm not going to sit there.
The fact that he came up
through
the youth of the England team, captained the England youth teams up until that level and never got a cap. I think that's disgusting.
That last year at Upton Park, he should have got a cap that year.
100%.
Yeah, no, I agree with that, Lee. I will. I'm willing to hold my hands up and say, yeah, do you know what? That year he deserved it. I think Antonio deserved it as well. Okay, next one. It's sort of on a little bit more like the topic. Who is your least favourite Premier League player? And again, I'm going to change. That's from SB. That is one of our regulars. I'm going to add in there for you, SB, of all time and current Harry Kane. There you go.
Yeah. Mine is Dele Alli.
Oh.
I hate him.
Oh, you really put a spanner in it there.
And you know what? He did nothing yesterday.
Oh, he's poor.
It's very close between him and another player I hate. We've just been talking about his dad, Kasper Schmeichel. I hate him.
No, I like him.
Passion.
I like him.
With a
right.
passion.
Like
he is the moaniest. Oh, I hate him, honestly.
I like him. Paul?
Yeah, I think I am going to have to go along with Dele Alli there. Oh, Kane, I don't know. Them two is so close. So close.
All time's quite tough as well. Like, there's the obvious Fat Frank.
Well, yeah, Fat Frank's hands down for me. No, there's not even a question about it.
No, I thought you would say Rooney.
No, Rooney had his day where I ate Rooney. I actually had a West Ham shirt printed with I ate Rooney on the back. I can't stand Roy Keane.
I like Roy.
As a player, I hated Gary Neville. I think he's a fantastic pundit, but I hated him as a player.
Oh, I've got one. You've just done it for me. Hey, and when we say hate, does any... Like, I hated Ryan Giggs because of how good he was.
Mm.
And because of how successful that Man United team was. And he kind of was it for me. I hated how successful, and I hated going to school every day of all the fake Man United fans who are now West Ham fans. Hello, if you're listening. And Giggsy. And he could go off and have all those... And he could go off and have all those affairs, and he's still a darling of the media and everything. No, not for me.
I like him now. I like the guy now, but I hated Gareth Bale again when he was at Spurs. Hated him.
Basically, anyone who plays for Tottenham.
John Terry. Vile
human being. Terry, yeah, Terry.
Vile human being. Fantastic player, but vile human being. Is there any more? Not really. Robbie
it's an interesting moment to bring up. Do you see Defoe's comments again in the week?
Mm. Yeah, I've. Do you know what I've always said though? I've always said that, like, Defoe's always spoke good about West Ham. Always. And that's. I think he deserves forgiveness. I do. I think he deserves forgiveness. I don't hold no grudges against
Defoe.
There's one for you
then. You're not allowed to say Frank. Most hated West Ham player of your lifetime.
Without
not allowed to say Frank. That's
someone is slowly becoming it. Rio Ferdinand.
What?
Ooh.
Rio?
That guy has forgotten.
Rio?
He has forgotten his roots 100%. Calls himself a Man United fan. He's born in Peckham. Honestly, he does not give a damn about West Ham.
Did he?
Mm. No, I know he was a snake, but I kind of...
Because of the good times,
yeah,
it kind of balances out. Matthew Upson.
Rio Coker.
Rio Coker's there. Matthew Upson would be up there for me, probably.
Yeah. Didn't like him either.
What about our mate, special Mr. Thumbs Up?
Oh, Jarvis. Oh, God. Oh. Yeah.
Or a lot of people, what was it, Mr. Champions League, Lionel Scaloni.
Gary Breen.
Oh.
Gary Breen.
Quasi. I wouldn't say I hated him, then.
No, I didn't know. He wasn't about enough to hate him.
Hating is merging into hilarious.
Yeah. I did hate Matthew Upson, though.
He was young Tompkins
absolute
coward.
Young
Tompkins had to draw him.
Coward. Worst captain I've ever seen.
Who's your, at the moment then, just last bit on that, because it's a really good question, SB, like to inspire more questions. Who's your current most disliked West Ham player then?
Antonio.
Ooh.
Controversial, I know. Very controversial, but yeah, it's Antonio for me.
Lee?
I need 10 seconds.
I would say Antonio's up there for me, I have to say, Paul. I do half agree with that.
You'd put Antonio over Carroll?
That is literally just the name I was about to say then as well. I was about to say, but Andy Carroll's definitely there.
Surprisingly, I don't hate Andy Carroll at all. I actually quite like him.
No, I didn't say hate. I was saying the player we dislike the most at the club at the moment.
I don't dislike Andy Carroll.
Yeah.
Believe it or not.
He blows up hot and cold with me.
Yeah,
we'll lose my temper with him. He really does.
Little bit. Another one who frustrates me is Masuaku.
I love Massa.
No, but like next season, I've seen people putting him in as our left back. He can't play left back.
No, he's playing left wing back.
But I've seen people saying he's going to be our left back next year. God, I hope not.
Or is he better than Cresswell? Oh,
No.
sorry, worse than Cresswell?
As a left back, Cresswell's better.
Cresswell don't even tackle.
As a left back, Cresswell is 100 times better than Masuraki.
When was the last time Cresswell made a tackle?
When was the last time Masuraki defended?
Ooh. All right.
Yeah, but nah. I would put him in as my left back.
Who's your favourite?
over Cresswell.
Who's your favourite West Ham current then?
Lanzini.
He's injured. Not allowed.
Yeah, but he's still there.
You're not allowed to pick him.
Not allowed to pick Lanzini.
Who would be the name on your shirt if it weren't Lanzini?
Likeable wise, probably Adrian. He's likeable.
Arnie.
I get the impression 100 grand would take him away though.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't get me wrong. Phenomenal player, probably our second best player. I don't think he's very likeable though. I don't know. Who would I have on my shirt? Jordan Hugill.
Well. Next question.
By the way, do you follow Hernandez on Instagram?
Oh, Chicharito. No, I don't.
He's so irritating. Oh my god.
What, as irritating as your mate Stanley?
Stanley?
Stan Collingwood.
Oh, well.
Ken Alfred, should we send the ICF in to sort out this Lazio CEO to get this deal done?
They're all mates, aren't they?
Yeah, probably, mate. Yeah, apparently, yeah. I thought we've always had good affiliation with Lazio.
We have always had good affiliation with them. Well, didn't they literally a couple of weeks ago all go over for a football match with the Ultras, Lazio Ultras?
Yeah, we had that sort of historical West Ham 11 versus Lazio 11, wasn't it? Like Inzaghi.
I don't know if there was many actual West Ham. What actual West Ham players were there?
Chesky, Marlon Airwood. Like you had some of them characters. Yeah, I watched West Ham.
Those absolute West Ham. The absolute West Ham legends, Paul Konchesky and Marlon Airwood.
Yeah. He scored a semi-final goal, mate. Last question, Sarif. Where do you guys stand on the way England handled the final group game versus Belgium? Were you happy we ended second, or would you rather we had went for it, beat them, and continued the mentality? Lee?
I see it from two perspectives. One, it was the right call because finishing second was... I know you can't lose the game on purpose, but anyway. Secondly, I really feel sorry for the fans that paid thousands of pounds to go there and watch the game.
Big time.
I think
that's exactly
it's
what I
worked
said.
out right. Listen, it's worked out right. The thing is, you look if England would have lost that last night, he would have looked like a mug. You know, like, oh yeah, this is the easier side of the draw. But you've got to give it, like, literally England. They should beat Sweden. And then it might be a tough game against Croatia or Russia, and you're in the World Cup final. Can you really put it on it? It's typical West Ham sort of mentality, though. We're the sort of West Ham that would be like, yeah, we'll go on that side of the draw. We'll do Preston. We'll do this one, and we lose. But if you win,
then, to be fair, I mean they were both the same because Martinez actually come out before the game and say the important thing is not to win.
Yeah.
No, Lee was against that comment when he said that.
I can't believe. How can you, like, fair enough if you're going to say that behind closed doors, but you can't come out and say that in the press.
Bit of mind games, maybe. Don't know. I thought it was a disgusting thing for an internet. I don't think he's a very good manager as it is. Don't know how he got that job with those players.
I think Thierry has quite a lot of input in that team.
But, you know, the commentators were picking up the other day. When they were 2-0 down, he just stood there. Like, he wasn't doing anything. He wasn't shouting. He wasn't taking notes. He wasn't talking to his coaches. He just stood there. I don't know how they got back in it, and I don't know if that was because of him. But, you know, I'm not a fan of him.
No. Well, that is the last question, guys. We've been away for a couple of weeks. We are back. Hopefully we'll do a show next week as well. We'll be talking about, obviously, the quarterfinals and the build-up to the semi-final games. And please, God, let's sign a player. Let's sign a bloody player. You know, get that momentum going. Or sell a player. Sell a player at least, but not Arnie. But, yeah, good luck to everyone left in the World Cup. Wish them all the best. May the best team win at the end of the day. I've been a little bit controversial this week, and I'm sure I'll get a lot of stick for the England things at the beginning. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's just an opinion. Whatever I say is not gospel. You don't have to believe what I believe. That's my beliefs.
You do have to believe what I believe.
And because you don't join us much, Lee, I'll let you close the show.
Oh, wow. Oh, I'm honoured. I don't know what to do.
Big moment, Lee.
Thanks for tuning in. And see you soon.
No, Lee, you got to smash that like button and smash that subscribe button. Share it with all your friends.
Yeah, 85 away. 85 away from 2,500. We're going to hit that.
Subscribe, like, comment below. Do we keep believing? Do we still do that?
Yeah, we still keep believing.
We still keep believing. Are we keeping believing that England win the World Cup?
Maybe.
Oh.
Right.
Yeah. Until next
week,
guys.
Yeah.
Come on, you irons. Keep believing. Let's go.
Cheers.
Bye.